Hey, it's me, Quay. If you've watched the first video in the series, Shape and Form of the Universe, then you're ready for this one. If not, please go back, please watch the first one. This one make a lot more sense then, okay? We're going to talk about the universe a little bit more, and we're going to talk about it this time instead of from the 3D perspective. We're going to switch the side and talk about it from a 5th D perspective, okay? One of the great features about the 5th D existence and living is you can go back to any age and any incarnation and view it. That's right. Everything you've done is an Akashic record. Okay, that's a term for it, but is all, you know, all right now moment. Everything happened in the same moment, even in a 5D, okay? Let me explain a little better. And I have a whiteboard, I do that for you, but first the introduction. In a 5D space, you'll hold in your hand a 12D shape, a dodecahedron, okay? And it have a 5-sided frames. And these have the information for approximately 26,000 years of Earth. Everything on it, from the littlest ant to the smallest electron move, everything that could possibly be in a branching multiverse contained within a dodecahedron shape, okay? You hold this in your hand and you concentrate like a watching TV, you know? And you look at it and you decide, oh, okay, I want to be this person. Let's say I want to be Enoch, okay, on a planet Earth, okay. Or let's pick somebody easier because he do a little time jumping. Okay, let's go with Joe Smith, a generic guy. Okay, I want to be Joe Smith and see what life is like from his perspective. Okay, and learn some lessons. Okay, this is like a school. You can use it for learning, you can use it for entertainment. Let's say you like a Bible and you like the story of David and Goliath, okay, the Nephilim, okay, and you want to experience that. You can see it from an astral projection, which is like a dot in space, move around and they don't know you're there, okay, and you watch. You can watch it from the perspective of David and view it as it actually happened, or you can view it from a branching storyline perspective, like a game. Like you're David, you come in, you, for all you know, you forget everything, and then all you know is you are David, and you make your own choices and do it your own way and see how it turn out. Okay, that too is saved. This comes with a deja vu. Every time there's a branch in the original storyline called a virgin life, okay, the virgin life goes straight through, no branches, no choices. He just did what he did, okay, and that's the honesty, the truth of the situation, okay. But if you're watching, let's say you want to do it a little different way, okay, you make choices. Now when you come up to these choices, much like some storybooks that are on Earth that you read, it says you get to a point, it says if you do this, turn to page 52. If you do this, turn to page 35, okay. It's kind of like that kind of branching, and I'll show you how that works on the whiteboard in a moment. But first I want to explain the concept completely as to what it is, okay, and why it is, okay. It's an entertainment, okay, and it's not just to Earth. Everything that ever existed in the universe for that 26,000 year span, roughly 26,000 year span, Earth years, is recorded. You want to be zoolog, okay, or whatever made up name like a Joe Smith, and you want to be a reptilian, and you want to see where they're at in their evolution, okay, and experience these things. It's there. Okay, you got to remember, eternity a very, very long time. To watch a human lifetime in eternity is not any different than watching a movie from your perspective on Earth. Okay, in a 3D time, you watch a movie, it take about 2 hours. Okay, I mean, and, you know, it's not really a big part of your life. to watch a human life in a fifth dimensional space from beginning baby all the way to end, you know, is like watching a movie. Same thing, okay? And you don't have to watch the whole movie. You can come in at any point that there's a deja vu point or moment and pick up the story from there, but from your perspective, you remember everything that he remembered being a baby growing up, because you have to totally believe that if you're watching David and Goliath, that you're David. That's where you truly understand his perspective, okay? There's a 3D TV. You're going to love it. Not like a 3D movie that look a little blurry edges and they come at you a little bit. No, it's a real. You feel, you touch, you do everything, okay? 3D TV. Now let's go to the board and I'll explain a little bit of how it works, shall we? Okay, all right, here we go. Now, make sure I got everything. Okay, I got to everything. Here we go. Now here you up in a 5th D, okay? You conceive what you want to do, okay? This is your 5D hand holding that 12-sided object with the information here, okay? And you just view it. You just look at it, and it's like watching TV. You zip into it. You know, like you get into a TV show, you forget you're in a movie theater. Same thing, but on a much better level, okay? High def. God's high def, source energy high def, a 5th D high def is a real high def, okay? Real 3D high def anyway. So, here we go. You conceive in the 5th dimension what you want to view, choices you want to make, and then you play it out in 3 dimensions like so. In the 5th dimension, quantum connection through the synapses in your brain, which is a receiver. That's all it is. Your brain, it has some limited thinking on its own. That's why you say you only use about that 10%. And most of it's taken up with this, okay? It's a receiver. It's a receive energy impulse signal, much like a television or a radio, okay? And then, of course, you know the biology. It branches down, electric signals make your arms move, things like this, okay? Anyway, that's a wiring, okay? So you conceive in the 5th dimension. You receive in your brain, which is a quantum link to that 5th dimension. And then it projects out. You create your reality from what you conceive. And you perceive it here. So the chain goes this way. Now most people that's in a 3/4D existence think they see somebody walking towards them, okay? And they take it in through the eye and it registers in the brain, and then they think about it, okay? That's a backwards. What you haven't grasped is a little trick, okay? Kind of like the frames in the first video. A lot of the things you don't notice because it's meant to be illusionary, okay? To make it all work, okay? Like a TV, you forget about how the system works and you watch the TV show. Okay, same thing. Anyway, here we go. Time actually going backwards. I'll explain that in a minute. So again, you conceive in the 5th dimension by looking at your 3D TV, which is a 12-sided object, a dodecahedron. And on that dodecahedron you have all of the universe. We talk about that. And let's talk about how that's made, okay? Because you really want to know this by this point. How this work? I always do that. How does this work? Well, I show you. Okay. You say, but time going forward. Time not going about break an egg, it's a broken, right? Not so fast, Sparky. Let's talk about it. Now, many of you have heard of the game of Pong. Okay, Pong. This is a representation of Pong. And have a paddle here, and a ball bouncing it back and forth, okay? Your perception is like that ball, all right? The distance between the paddles is 26,000 Earth year. Okay, in age. Okay, we are in the 4th age going into the 5th age. Here we go. On the left side, you have an entropy. Everything that are born fall apart. Everything you break cannot put back together, etc., etc. Now those pretty heavy in physics realize that without a concept of time, of future, or past, the state of something makes absolutely no difference. It's the state you perceive. But you say, wait a minute, if we're going backward and have an entropy, how's come it doesn't look like things going backwards? Let me explain. You, like this ball, always face forward. You bounce off the paddle, you go the other way, you still feel you're going forward. Now many people believe that at 2012 in December, they will start to experience reverse entropy. This is true. This is part of this system, okay? Let me show you how this works. Here's the ball. You, from your perspective, okay? You're always looking forward, no matter what direction you're going. To you, you're always working forward, okay? We in the negative side, the lower side of the galactic plane, things that go backwards. A negative energy, society fall apart. Structure break down. Everything get corrupted, break down, okay? When you cross the 2012 line, you're above the galactic center in the positive energy side of it, okay? And you go from an entropy to reverse entropy. But still the ball, as it bounces this way, it bounces back, it still think it walking forward. Okay? So, 26,000 years, it bounces at one time. Both sides of the paddle. It gets it to the golden age, and it gets to the darkest part it can be. So you have a range, a spectrum of experience. Okay? Here we go. As you see here, I'm going to switch aside. As you see here, here's that same pong, okay? Paddle, paddle, and a ball bouncing back and forth, okay? Time go both ways. In your perspective, time actually don't move at all, but in your perspective, in a 3D it does. It goes forward into the future, backward into the past. When it goes and loops future and the past, when they touch at the top, is the end of your cycle, end of your galactic cycle, okay? That complete the age. Now, you know as well as I do that if you buy a DVD movie, the whole movie is contained on the disc and it's not moving. But you could watch that movie backwards or forwards. There's no difference. It's a static on the disc. Same way, static in the dodecahedron. But it's not just a one dodecahedron. It's a dodecahedron with infinite dodecahedrons inside of it. Okay, God's or source energy or prime creator or what is, whatever you want to call the big guy or what's above you, because there's always something above you, okay? Whatever that is, and make a heck of a system, okay? Anyway, let me continue. So, it come together, it close that gap, it make a dodecahedron you can then use, okay? Right now, for humanity, there are 4 almost completed dodecahedron. There's 3 that are done, and one that's very, very close to done. So close to the it's over. You know how your little hourglass go and you get the percentage? It's say 100, but it's not done yet. That's how close it is. Okay. Well, a couple months to go. Oh, by the way, when the age is done, is not everything destroyed? Nothing like that. The pong ball keep a bouncing. It just start the new age. Where you left off in the old age is a viewable and turnable and manipulated and you can use for school, okay? The new age then start with that cast of character, okay, from the old age, and that's the beginning of that DVD. Okay, so Let me continue. Or, for lack of a better word, I use a DVD so you understand, okay? But that's the dodecahedron. So here we go. Age DVD. Number 4. It's what's being written right now. Now again, I understand time does not exist. There is only the now moment. And that now moment shift. And I show you how. Here is your completed, in December, your completed age. Okay? For the 4th cycle of a humanity and the earth. Okay? Your 5D hand is holding it and looking at the information in 2D, like a picture. Okay? Just like a TV, you see a 2D. The information on the outside here. You're experiencing it, of course, in a 3D, like in this model we talk about. But here's the branching system. If your life contained one of these circles, okay, every time you make a life choice for positive polarity, you want to be good guy, you do positive energy thing, you do good things, because you live in duality now, so you understand good and bad, okay? A 5th duality, go bye-bye and just have a polarity, okay? But still, doesn't matter. This is why. You have polarity, good and, I hate to use good and bad, just a positive and a negative, okay? You make a positive choice. You go here in the story, like a book I told you. You go from page 32 to 57, whatever number, you know, for the choice you make. Then that become the center of your universe. Then you branch again. Okay, so let's say I had a choice to make in my life, okay? And I make a bad choice. This is why it's good for school, okay? If you make, you miss the test on the quiz, so to speak, it show you the result, okay, what happened. And you can study that life over and over and over until you get to the end, like a puzzle, if you want to use it for a learning device, or you can just jump in and experience it for fun. Okay, so anyway, let's say you make a bad choice. I use bad again, and in your terms, and you go this route. Well, then up come another choice. And you see the result of this choice, how it turned out for you, how it make you feel, how it affects your life. Sometimes it doesn't show up till much later in your life, and then you know, you get another branch. You go yes, yes, and you make it, or no, no, and you go away from it. Okay, for learning purposes. Okay, because we all want to be better, we all want to improve. Again, these are dualistic terms: better, improve. You have to understand everything perfect as it is. No matter how you're doing, no matter how you're going, is perfect for understanding what you're meant to understand. Sometimes you have a teacher stand beside you, hand you one of these dodecahedron and say, okay, this is what we're going to learn today, okay? It's like a little kid in school. You say, oh, okay, you know. But the timeless being, you're eternal. Remember, 44 years of linear time is nothing. Okay? It's not even like you could be like watch a TV show, whatever pace you go. That is why the speed of awareness is what it is. Okay? You have to experience it, to live it, to learn from it. Try the TV for the educational system. That's how that works. For entertainment, it's a different story. You don't have to go through everything. You just think you remember everything. How do you know what you remember as 20 years ago didn't get downloaded into your receiver 3 seconds ago? You don't, do you? Okay, because it could be very well. Or whatever. Now, how you know the difference? If you never have a deja vu, not even a one time, you're having a virgin life, okay? You are the actual being living the life in 3D. If you've had deja vu a couple times, you know, or experienced deja vu, that means you already made it to a 5th dimension. So don't worry about ascending, you're already there, okay? Remember, all time fold back, just like even making the age fold back upon itself, okay? Is a one linear line going in 2 directions at once, it meet at the top. That is infinity, okay? So I've explained a little bit about the tri-DTV system, one of the coolest things in the fifth dimensional space, because, you know, there's no secrets there, there's no need for it, there's no shame. Okay, because even a virgin life who make basically every mistake you can think of, a certain president I won't name, okay, in the past had a virgin life and really screw things up bad. But you can't really mess up anything, because it's all about the learning, okay? It's about experiencing. And you remember, the source energy, who is above us, okay, we are like a funnel. We collect experience and we bring it to him. The singular point at the top of the pyramid, so to speak, and experiences good and bad, he needs them all. So you have a contrast. So your duality, as you perceive duality, has a purpose, okay? Even the most evil, vile, disgusting thing you can think of have a purpose. You cannot know light without knowing darkness. If you read a book and it was all just pure white pages and perfection, there would be no story, and there would be nothing to learn. I look at source energy as experiencing himself through all of us simultaneously, through all age periods, and all races, and all species, and all planets, and all aliens, every atom, every ant, everything, every blade of grass, every drop of water in the ocean. Everything is source energy, and it does have a consciousness. So we do our part, we live out our thing, we explore, and that's how he grows. By setting himself free with a free will, to expand as it will. Namaste. I love you all. Thank you. Today's cards are Flow, Prepare, and Connect. Today, on 9/13/2012, the cards are Flow, Prepare, and Connect.